Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Please subscribe to the channel and share videos with a couple of friends. We're trying to reach 500 subscriptions, and every subscription helps us out with that goal. Interesting news that I've read today regarding AI. We kind of talked about this before in different mediums, either on The Weekly or on the Popcorn Square podcast, regarding AI's implementation on Hollywood and how it could affect the industry. But we do have a cool story today regarding AI being used on The Brutalist, starring Adrien Brody. So let's read into it. This article is from WOR. Jordan Rumi wrote this. Let's read into what is being said. With AI becoming more prominent in filmmaking, I think it may be time to accept that it's here to stay and will, to some extent, will continue to be used, but how far should they go with it? One mention of AI in the film industry and people start to shudder. Total meltdowns occur. AI in Hollywood represents not just the stifling of human creativity, but also the loss of many jobs. For those of you who haven't heard, The Brutalist editor, David Jansko, admitted in an interview that he used generative AI, Respeecher, a vocal AI program, to presumably adjust Adrien Brody's Hungarian in the film, as well as Midjourney to design buildings for a sequence near the end. These buildings were redrawn by an artist before being put in the film. I have no opinion about the usage of AI for vocalization correction, but I'm sure many others may have an opinion on it. Apparently, plot twist, it turns out the exact same technology was also used on Selena Gomez's vocals and Emilia Perez, and clearly it didn't do a good job since there's been much criticism surrounding the noticeable lack of authenticity in Gomez's Spanish. How about using AI on actual imagery? Do we draw the line there? The Brutalist used it, and although an artist did the redesign afterwards, what you see in the film is based on AI art. This example is the definition of what many in the industry are worried about when it comes to AI, a lack of human hands being involved in the creative process. Will this affect the Brutalist and Brody's chances at the Oscars? Why is Jansko coming out and saying this now? We're reaching the most critical part of award season where almost every big contender is put under the microscope. Someone amusingly mentioned how Jansko must have placed a huge bet on Timothée Chalamet to come out and say these things. Which is odd he'd say that. Maybe there's a reference there that I didn't catch. With a little more than a month to go before the 97th Academy Awards, The Brutalist and Brody are the frontrunners to win their respective categories. The last thing A24 wants to hit is a roadblock. There are many out there who see the usage of AI as a performance-enhancing tool, and while Brody has been earning non-stop praise for his portrayal of a Holocaust survivor and architect, some voters might not be so keen in rewarding a performance that wasn't 100% human delivered. And I can definitely understand that, especially if they're manipulating his voice. Although I can see how it does adjust things. It is interesting that Jansko came out and actually admitted this outright. While being honest, it does kind of throw a wrench in their Academy Award chances. But then again, it might not. It might be looked at as something evolutionary. We'll have to see about this. I wonder what you ladies and gentlemen think out there. Do you think this is a big deal that they used AI on the vocals for Adrien Brody, or maybe even some designs of background imaging, buildings per se? Do you think this is a big deal? Once again, we've talked about AI and how it's going to be implemented on Hollywood, and it looks like we're seeing it on one of the biggest films this year, and not necessarily through box office success, but just quality of filmmaking. So it's a very interesting conversation. I definitely want to know what everyone thinks out there down in the comments. That's all I got for this article here. Please subscribe to the channel. Share this video with a couple of friends. Let them know to subscribe as well. Ring the bell for notifications and stay tuned for the next couple videos that I have coming up. Definitely some more information that's going to be interesting. I do think there's more information on this. Honestly, I think the director came out and said something about the AI usage on The Brutalist as well. So might follow up on that. Also, just other things going on moving forward this week. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, be safe. It's Neff signing off.